Ever since the clashes in Galwan, the Chinese propaganda machinery has been pushing this video. And with a rather old narrative about how India was the aggressor in Galwan, not China. China is now trying to revive that same story by using the stage of the country's biggest political event, the Communist Party Congress. Do you know what happened yesterday? That same video was played at the Great Hall of the People. Just minutes before Xi Jinping himself took the stage to deliver his speech, China tried to spread propaganda about Galwan. The consequences of this move are clear. The India-China relationship is already at rock bottom. Reviving the Galwan propaganda will complicate any dialogue to restore peace at the border. But what signals is Beijing trying to send to New Delhi? That's what we are going to discuss tonight on the show. Let's now start with those pictures again. Here's a quick recap. The Chinese state media had released it last year. Simply put, it is a military propaganda. Beijing claimed that this video is of the clashes at the Galwan Valley. This region is at the center of the current India-China border standoff. The clashes happened back in April 2020. 20 Indian soldiers were killed in action. What about Chinese casualties? There have always been a big question mark. Officially, Beijing claims that 4 soldiers died in the clashes, but there are many who suspect that China's casualty numbers were much higher. And at the center of this video is a PLA commander. His name is Xi Jinping. You may have heard of him before. Apparently, he was injured during these clashes. Obviously, this claim is part of the Chinese narrative. We cannot independently verify it. But here is what we can say for sure. The story of the commander has now become a propaganda tool for the Chinese press and now the Chinese state. Earlier this year, he was picked as the torchbearer for the Winter Olympics in Beijing, a move which was widely condemned here in India. Back then, New Delhi had lodged a diplomatic protest. India's top diplomat in China didn't attend the opening and the closing ceremonies of the Winter Games. Listen in.
It is indeed regrettable that the Chinese side has chosen to politicize an event like the Olympics. Our chargé d'affaires of the Embassy of India in Beijing will not be attending the opening or the closing ceremony.
America had slammed China's move too. A top US lawmaker had termed China's move as shameful. In fact, he had termed Xi Jinping's command as the aggressor in Galwan. Now, Jinping is back in Beijing. He's part of a larger propaganda push this time. He's attending the Communist Party Congress. When that propaganda video was being played, he was sitting inside the Great Hall of the People. That's like China's parliament, the main venue for the party congress. More than 2,000 delegates are attending the event this time. Politically, this is a significant event, since Xi Jinping will be reappointed for a historic third term in office. And Xi Jinping is one of the delegates at the Congress. He is representing China's military at the event. And he hasn't come alone, he has company. A total of 304 representatives from the PLA are attending the party congress. Out of this, 30 representatives are from the Western Theatre Command of the PLA. This is the same theatre command which looks after the border with India. If we filter these numbers further, there are 9 delegates at the party congress who are from the Red Army division of the PLA. So what's the Red Army division? Let me explain. Officially, they are known as the 6th division of the PLA, and unofficially, they are also called the Red Army. They have a long history of operating in the border areas near Ladakh. So you can see how much attention the Communist Party is paying to China's border with India. So what's cooking in Beijing? How should India look at what's happening in Beijing as of now? WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.